But it is one stretch. You can't read
No.
too much into it, but maybe the potential is there then. But,
Coaching and management.
well, I mean, they coached that team into the playoffs. Made the playoffs, lost in Game 5 to Tampa, the first round. I gave him an A.
I also give him an A. Yeah.
As a whole unit, like management, coaching, basically the whole team, I guess when you're grading it, it's almost the overall. Like an A. I mean, you can get that young core into the playoffs. Kind of to me, it's impressive. We're in a tough league now where it's hard. It's way harder now to make the playoffs. Everybody's competitive.
Yep.
All teams. To be honest, there's not much. Like, you can lose to any team any night if you don't show up. It's not where the good team beats the weaker team every single night. No. Arizona Coyotes can go in and beat anybody any given night if you take them lightly.
Yep.
So, like I said, we're in a league where it's tough to make the playoffs because everybody is actually competitive. Not too many teams you can just walk all over.
Nope. But I also gave them an A because of their patience in their management style.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
They haven't pushed any players. They haven't been too hasty with, trying to trade the farm away for, stud defensemen or...
And I think trading Henrique it was an excellent trade for them.
Yeah, I think it worked out for both sides. But definitely they needed Vatanen, right? So...
Yeah. Right on. Moving on.
The New York Islanders.
Okay, I guess just starting off, lost John Tavares.
Yep. It was a tough one.
I mean, that's...
F.
Yeah, that's a F. But that's a tough one to swallow for New York Islander fans, obviously. I mean, you lose your captain. Probably the greatest player they've had since the 80s.
Oh, definitely.
Right? Since their cup days.
But they still have Barzal, Eberle,
And exactly
Bailey,
what I written.
Anders Lee,
Yeah, this is exactly the 4 guys I have written down.
Leo Kamara.
I mean, they got those 4 guys. I still think I wouldn't get too worked up. I mean, obviously you got to get worked up. You lost your captain, you're a great player, but you have to. It's done, so you have to look at the positives that you still have. Let's be honest, Matt Barzal has the potential to just replace John Tavares.
He had a phenomenal year.
Phenomenal year. It's 1 year, but 1 year showed a lot to the fans. There's something to look forward to. So, I mean, I don't know. I think forward situation, probably a C.
Yeah. I give him a B+. They got a lot of young depth. And,
well,
I mean, now, we'll see what Casey Cizikas does now. He hasn't been, he's kind of been a dud the last.
It's just, I don't know. You look at their team and they got those guys, and we're going into defense next. I got defense D. The lowest grade I've given so far. They have no stud defensemen.
Nope,
they got okay defensemen.
Johnny Boychuk is probably their best guy.
Johnny Boychuk, yeah. Nick Leddy's not too bad.
Nope.
But I mean they have Ryan Pulock actually had a pretty decent season. He's only 24, and Adam Pelch. He had.
Yeah.
They have some guys, but they're kind of still rebuilding too, I guess. A long rebuild. This has been a long rebuild. This has been.
But I think this is properly done now.
I think Lou Lamoriello is gonna come in there and fix that.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Yeah, they're D. I mean, maybe they can. I mean, they still have Thomas Hickey too, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Their defense is. They need to acquire or draft a stud defenseman.
Yeah.
To build around on the back end. Then you can have the Lettys and the. Right?
Yeah.
But you can't have Letty and Boychuk being your number 1, 2. They're better 3-4 guys, right? Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? They don't have a 1-2 guy on that team.
No.
They have a bunch of 3, 4, 5, 6 guys. So I'd say D on defense.
I'd have to give him a C. Goaltending, though. That one for me is a big question mark. Could be anywhere from A to an F. You got Robert Lehner.
I think Lehner improves their goaltending situation, personally. But it's still their weak spot. Like their weak spot. I mean, their D is weak. I mean, I'm saying this, and now I'm thinking, this is a team that missed the playoffs by 1 point. Not this year, last year. Toronto barely made it in. Beat out Tampa and beat out the Islanders by 1 or 2 points each.
Yeah.
Doug Waite took them as far as they can go without making the playoffs. So, and their team didn't change that much. So, I don't know. Maybe Doug Waite got the best of, but I don't see it.
No.
Right? So,
It'd be interesting to see what Lehner can do, because he's signed to a really cheap deal.
who's their backup? Graish? Yeah, it is Graish, I think. Yes, it is. He's been there. He's been around forever, but
Solid backup.
solid backup. But I mean,
One of those journeyman backups that could go place
is
to
it
place.
is Lander better than Halak? I think he is.
And that's the question mark. If he can keep his composure and he can play like most league knows he can play when he's at the top of his game, he's one of the top tier goaltenders. But when he lets stuff get under his skin and he, it's almost like a Major League Baseball pitcher. When they're off their game, they're not thrown anywhere near where they're supposed to. But when they're on their game, they're able to hit the little points perfectly, right? And I think goaltenders are very mental. I think it's more of a mental game than a physical game for goaltenders. Whereas if a goalie's off his game, there's no way of him getting his stuff back. And that's why I kind of give him a question mark, because he could be great, he could be phenomenal.
I gave him
not so good.
I gave him a C. Like, I understand what you're saying. This could be a disaster for them, but it also could be a decent pickup.
Well,
I
for
mean,
$1.5 million.
He ain't going to be... he's not even probably going to be top... No, he's not going to be top 10 in goaltending even. But he might be in the top half.
Maybe.
Out of 31. But
He's had some good years.
I don't know. Like, I think improved, but it's still the weakest spot by far.
Still lacking, yeah. I think as a management,
I mean, I have mixed feelings because they fired Doug Waite, and I actually thought Doug Waite got the best of what he could with this team. No goaltending, and last year really they had no goaltending. If they ever had goaltending, they might have made the playoffs.
yeah, they squeezed everything they could out of his team, right?
So I mean, I don't I understand why they got rid of Waite because let's be honest, Barry Trotz is available. Barry Trotz just come off the cup. It's hard to ignore that. He's available, right?
Yep.
But
They signed a bona fide.
you signed a guy that that won the cup over a guy that I don't know. I just thought Doug Waite was getting the best out of the guys he had. I think Doug Waite should get another opportunity somewhere else.
He should get a job somewhere else, yeah.
I hope so, actually. I thought he was a pretty good coach for the short 2 years he was there.
Problem is, there's a lot of coaches out there. More coaches than teams, obviously.
Yeah.
Could see him getting an assistant coach job somewhere.
Yeah, and then move in if that guy gets fired.
Yeah.
That's probably how. But
I mean, they have their management's added a lot of young stars and through the draft.
I'd like to say A.
I'd also give him an
I mean, you bring in Lou Lamoriello, you get rid of Garth Snow. Garth Snow's had his chance. He's been there since 2006.
Yep. He still has pads on when he's up there.
Yeah.
Almost literally.
Yeah, I know. It was like he retired and basically moved up there.
Yep.
But I mean, Garceau did a few good things. I mean, obviously he drafted Barzell and they brought in Everly, Bailey, Lee. He drafted John. You know what I mean? Like, he did bring some pieces in, but he just could not get it all together, all right at all one time.
Yep, it happens.
Right? And, yeah, and I'm pretty sure he's the one that signed Rick Deep retro to that.
Oh, I'm almost certain. Yeah.
Well, 06, yeah, it would have been. I mean, I don't think it was entirely him. I think it was the owner who really wanted him to do that too. And I mean, you bring in Lou Lamoriello, Hall of Famer. He turned Toronto around pretty quick.
I think that was more. I think that was Brendan Shanahan that did that, though. I wouldn't give Lou all the credit.
No, not all. But Lou Lamoriello, he went in there and fixed things. So
gave everyone haircuts and shaves
and in the Island he might do that too. Yeah. Fix things up pretty good. Put him on the right path and then leave again probably. Yeah. Go fix another team.
Well, his son works there, so I could see him staying there for a while.
Maybe I think he'll retire though.
Maybe moving up into basically getting a paycheck to
senior advisor.
Senior advisor, yeah.
But I guess we'll see when we.
I think before we move on to the Rangers, the Lehner deal itself is one of the reasons I gave them an A.
Oh, really?
Signing a wildcard goaltender who could be phenomenal
for
$1.5 million.
Yeah, that's true.
On a 1-year deal. Maybe the 1-year deal
might have the lowest paid starting goaltender in the league, and he still might win you a decent amount of games. So
that's what I mean. If he wins 25 games, they look like gangbusters, right?
But New York Rangers, to my eyes, they're they're worse off than the Islanders. Forward wise, I look at this team and
I mean, you got Zibanejad, Zuccarello, Jimmy Vesey, but Jimmy Vesey hasn't really shown his potential.
I'd really only say they have 3 guys that jump out at me: Nemestikov, Zibanejad, and Zuccarello.
I'd be curious to see what Ryan Spooner can do.
Yeah, me too, actually. But yeah, Nemestikov, they got the deadline obviously for McDonough. That's the big piece in that trade.
Yeah.
They're really weak up front, as far as I'm concerned. But they're in the rebuild stage.
They have a lot of young guys, though. Jesper Fast and
John Gilmore.
Kevin Hayes.
No, don't get me wrong, they're young, but like none of those guys are stars.
But they blew the team up.
Yeah.
Essentially.
The team is blown up. You get rid of McDonough. When you're trading your captain, it's usually a sign.
Yep, usually.
So, I mean, I gave them a D. They're one notch down from the Islanders. I mean, Islanders actually have more upside, I think. More stars, I think. But that's just me.
I'd given them a C, similar reasons. But
it's just, I don't know, they're just, look at their roster, nobody jumps at me outside those 3 guys. And I mean, I could see them trading like Nemestikov. If they're smart, they trade Zuccarello and Zibanejad, Nemestikov, Chris Kreider, the guys that have some value.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think you could flip Nemestikov and get a pick or a prospect.
I could see them taking and trading guys like Zibanejad,
Zuccarello for sure.
Zuccarello.
Yeah.
I could see them trading them to a team that needs salary cap, taking a big player with a lot of cap, either playing him or burying him, and then also taking a high pick to almost play garbage man almost.
Yeah, almost.
Right, get a high pick, take a big salary, and get for a top tier player.
I don't have much more to say on the forwards for them.
No, there isn't much to say because not a lot of their guys are established.
Yeah, and yeah.
But their defense isn't much better than forwards.
I'd say the defense is worse. I mean, I had the same grade. I gave them a D. Because, I mean, they're weak on defense. And they lost Ryan McDonough, their main guy. I mean, they still have Mark Stahl there, but Mark Stahl's game is stepped back a notch, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's getting older, but, I mean, he
definitely he stays in his end way more than... I mean, he wasn't always a super offensive